Hello everyone, and happy race week. I hope your training went well, and I hope tapering is going just as good for you. We finally made it to race week, and now is when my crazy starts, so you guys can relax this week and get ready for a race on Sunday. So first, I just want to say thank you for coming to run with us. Although Laura and I have directed other races before, and we've ran many races, and I've ran this race the last 3 years. This is our first time directing this year for the Shawnee Hills. So we're very excited, and we're really blessed for this opportunity to be able to have this and do this for you. So thank you for choosing us. We have not many changes this year. We did add a half marathon distance, so that's really the big change. We are sold out. We've planned for 175 runners, and we're actually over that a little bit. So we are sold out. Nobody else can get in unless somebody drops out or transfers. So that's also great news. We're hoping to be able to add more next year. But for now, we sold out our first year, so that's wonderful. So thank you. So, first things first, whenever you arrive Friday, I need you to come and check in with me and my people checking everybody in, and get your bag before you go and to your treehouse cabin. So we will direct you where to go. I have 3 total, and they each fit 48 people. So they're bunk beds with, I think there's 6 bunk beds in each little cabin, and it's like a little area of 3 or 4 of them. So I do have 3 total, so there's plenty of room for everybody. There's no electricity in them, and you will be sharing them with other people. So just so everybody is aware of that, it's not, like your own hotel room or anything. So Friday night we are also going to have a meeting, but I've had a lot of questions that if it's mandatory. The answer is no, it is not mandatory. That's why I'm doing this right now. A lot of people are traveling in Saturday morning or late Friday night. So we're going to do it this way and get the important things out. We will also still do a meeting and kind of a question answer Friday night around 6. And also my communications team wants to kind of talk about their procedures as well. So we'll do that Friday night at 6. Any updates or changes or anything, if you're not there, we'll go over all of that prior to each race start as well. So you're not going to miss anything. We'll communicate everything to you before race start. I don't anticipate anything happening, but if something does change or update, we will let you know, I promise. So check in Friday night, 100 milers and 100 Ks. You guys start at 6 a.m. Now, your drop bag needs to be there Friday night whenever you check in. Because you start so early, you're required to check in Friday night and get your stuff, drop off your drop bag there. If there's another drop bag that you might want later in the day, you can leave it on Saturday morning before the start, but for those first round of drop bags, they need to be there that day or that night so we can get them there and have them at the aid station ready for you when you start. 100K, you're actually going to start about 6:05, about 5 minutes after the 100 milers, because they have to make a loop around camp to get to their 100-mile distance. It's a 2 to 3 mile loop. So they're going to go ahead and do that loop and then start. Then 100K, you'll start about 5 minutes after them. So be there and ready like you're starting at 6 a.m. It is chipped time this year, so you don't have to worry about that. We'll record your time from whenever you cross over the start-finish line. Then 50K, you start at 7 a.m. Half marathoners, you start at 8 a.m. So half marathoners, a lot of this isn't going to apply to you as far as the aid stations go. You will not be in the same order as everybody else, so just disregard any of that, and I'll send you guys something just for you specifically. But the rest of the information obviously does pertain to you. So we've been out this weekend marking the course, and it is marked very well. It's probably overmarked, but that's okay. I don't want anybody to get lost. That's my biggest fear, so please know the course. I have it's on all trails, and it follows it almost to the T. You can download it, and it doesn't use your cell signal because there is none out there. So please know the course so you don't get lost. All of your trail markings are going to be on your right hand side. and it's going to be with a red flag at ground level, and then every once in a while there's a red ribbon hanging from the tree with reflective. So everything will be on your right. If you are in an area and you look down and the trail markings are on your left, then you have went the wrong way. Now the course is a figure 8 loop, so there's a little bit of overlap. That will still be on your right, and it will also be on your left. It will be on both sides, so that way you're always going to have something on your right side. Trail markings are probably every at least 1/10 of a mile. If you've went more than a 1/4 of a mile without seeing one, look up in front of you, see if you see one, but if you don't, you've probably went the wrong way, because we've marked it very well. Like I said, probably too well, but nobody's going to get lost, okay? The course is in really good condition. It is really dry and dusty. There are some muddy spots from horses, kind of where they've trampled it down a little bit, but most of it is dry, and it's in really, really good condition. It's in some of the best conditions that I've seen it in the last few years, so that's very exciting. And speaking of dry, so on your way to Trigg Tower, the aid station, you're going to be on a road. It's a gravel road, and your crew will also take that road to get to that aid station. So please let them know to go slow on that road. It's very, very important. It is so dry, and it just kicks up the dust and the rocks so bad if you're going fast. And I will have runners about a mile. You're going to take that road for about a mile. So if it's just completely dusty, it's going to be miserable for you and for everybody else. So please, crew, go slow on Trigg Tower Road. Okay. And speaking of crew, the crew needs to be self-sufficient. I have planned my aid stations around my runners and my pacers, not around the crew. So unless the aid station captain tells you any different, which they may have planned to feed everyone. I did not. So unless they tell you different, please have your crew be self-sufficient. If they need something, we're not going to tell them no. It's fine. But just please plan to try and be as self-sufficient as possible. So that's crew. You can pick up your pacers, the 100K 100 milers. You can pick up your pacers after your first loop at the start and finish at Camp Ondasank. So that's after about 32 miles. So you can pick them up then, one pacer at a time, and you can switch out as many as you want. I do have pacer bibs that they have to wear, so they can switch out the bib. I would prefer that they switch out the bibs because I have to pay for each bib. But if they want their own, that's fine. We can do that too. Just make sure that they're checking in and out at the aid stations, because I do have a liability form for them to fill out. Crew. So the aid station, so Jackson Falls aid station is in the middle of nowhere. So there's no crew there. That's also a no drop aid station. So we're really going to push you to not drop there. If you really can't go on, that's okay. You can drop there, but just know that you're going to be waiting for a little while before somebody comes to get you. Unless it's an emergency, obviously. So that's a no drop aid station. And then there will also be no drop bags there. So you're on your own at Jackson Falls. I have a really good aid station captain and crew there, so they will take good care of you. It's a really great spot. It's a beautiful location, so you'll be fine. But no dropping at Jackson Falls. No crew is allowed there, and no drop bags. Let's see. So when you check in and out of the aid stations, I have a whole team of ham radio operators and crew that give up their entire weekend, and actually they give up more than their weekend. They've been out there for probably 2 or 3 months testing this whole system, just for this race specifically. So they do all of the communications. They keep track of all the runners, where they're at, because there's no cell signal out there. So they communicate between each aid station and the start finish to me and let me know, if somebody should have been at an aid station 20 minutes ago and they're still not here, we're going to go looking for you. So check in and out. If you are dropping, let them know, please. If we're out there searching for you at 2 a.m. and we call your emergency contact and they say, oh yeah, he's here sleeping, he dropped 4 hours ago, and we're out there searching for you, we're not going to be happy. So please don't do that to us. Just let us know. Check in and out. If you're dropping, let the aid station captain know, let communications know, let somebody know, so we're not out searching for you. On the aid stations, please know where you're going. Like I said, it is a figure 8 loop. So you're going to go to Trigg Tower, Jackson Falls, Cedar Road, back to Jackson Falls, and then Cinder Path. Okay? Half marathoners, don't listen to that because it doesn't pertain to you. But everybody else, it does. So just know when you are leaving Trigg Tower, you're going straight to Jackson Falls. You're not going to go to Cinder Path yet. You're going to Jackson Falls. They will point you in the right direction, and there will be signs also. But just know the order that you're going in, okay? So cutoff times, everybody has to start, 100K, 100 milers, you have to start your last loop out of camp by 4:30 a.m. on Sunday. So 100K, that will be your second loop. 100 milers, that will be your third loop. So you have 33 hours this year. So you have to start that last loop, whichever it may be, your second or third, by 4:30 a.m. You have to get to Trigg Tower the first time and leave by 6 a.m. and then come back through Trigg Tower by 12:15 p.m. So those are your cutoffs. Those are the only 3 time cutoffs that we have. 4:30 a.m. leaving camp, and then Trigg Tower, 6 a.m., 12:15 p.m. Okay, so if you can make those 3, then you're gonna make cutoff. It is a hard cutoff. Everything shuts down at 3 p.m. Okay, so we want you to get there. We want you to finish, and we're gonna do everything that we can to. 33 hours is generous, but you do have to keep moving to be able to do that at this course. The weather's going to play a factor. It's supposed to be, as of right now, about 90 degrees, which is pretty typical. I think last year we had heat advisory for a triple-digit heat index. So 90 is actually an improvement from the previous year. So your required gear, you have to take water with you. I won't let you start without water. That is non-negotiable for me. You have to have either a handheld or a hydration vest, water bottle. I don't care. You're not going out there without water. It's too hot. The course is absolutely relentless. So you have to have water. That's required. That's non-negotiable for me. I ran it last year and somebody started without water and got in a very bad way very quickly about 6 miles in, and it was not a good situation. And I'm not doing that. I want you to be safe. I want you to finish. I want you to finish healthy. So we're all going to take water. We will also have tailwind at all the aid stations. So we'll have caffeinated and non-caffeinated tailwind, and we'll have spring energy gels at some of the aid stations too. So we will take care of you. The mileage between Cedar Road and Trigg Tower the second time, or when you're going back to Trigg Tower, is about 8.2 miles. So it's really, really far, and it's usually in the heat of the day. So new this year is we are going to have a water stop in the middle of that. So probably about 4 miles in. It's going to be self-serve water only, and just water. It may not be cold, but it is water. I know I've personally ran out of water all 3 times that I've ran this race in between those sections, and I've planned for it. I knew it was there, and still it got me every time. So we're gonna have water there to keep you hydrated and keep you safe. Let's see what else. So trying to think. At our aid stations, we're gonna have the typical cookies, fruit, chocolate, Coke, ginger ale, peanut butter and jelly, quesadillas. We'll have bean roll-ups for that. And if there's something specific, some kind of dietary thing, let me know and I can do my best to try and accommodate you. If it's very, very specific, you may want to think about bringing your own, if it's something that we're not able to get or to do for you. So if it is real specific, just plan on bringing your own. If not, let me know. We will have vegetarian options. And maybe even, I think we have some gluten-free options as well too. Not a lot. So if you eat a lot and you're gluten-free, you might want to bring some of your own to supplement. We will have some, but not a lot because it's really hard to find that stuff right now. Let's see. So we'll move on to the course. So the course is an open course. So you will come across other hikers, other mountain bikers, probably not many mountain bikers. And you may come across some horse riders. They are horse trails as well. So those of you who don't know, whenever you come up on a horse on the trail, you do not run. Please don't run. Stop and walk calmly past them as long as the rider tells you it's okay. So you as soon as you see them, please stop and walk calmly. Wait for the rider to tell you that it's okay to go around, and then go around them and then start running after you have passed them. There's been a few horse accidents out there this year with the horse getting spooked and kicking off a rider, and I don't want that to happen on our race. So please, please, please do not run past horses on the trail. And speaking of that, with the animals, there are no dogs allowed on camp property. So you can have them at the aid stations as long as they're on a leash, but at Camp On to Sonk, start finish, no animals are allowed. That's a camp rule, not a me rule. So let's see. I will have lunch for you all on Saturday. Those of you who are finishing the half marathon and the 50K, I will have lunch for you on Saturday. And then we'll have breakfast on Sunday. It'll probably be like muffins and fruit and Pop-Tarts, things like that on Sunday. That's just for the people who are finishing. If you've already finished and you're staying at camp again, you're free to come down and hang out, but bring your own breakfast. I think that is pretty much all that I have on my list here. Bug spray. If you are allergic, I actually have medicine on my legs right now from being out there this weekend with, I don't know if they're chiggers or turkey mites, but it's pretty bad in some spots. Even though it's weed eated down, they still get on you. So I would suggest bug spray if that's something that you use. There are, last year a couple people got stung. I actually got stung on the course on my face. I'm not allergic, too bad, so it wasn't bad. But if you are, make sure you bring something for that, Benadryl or an EpiPen or whatever if you're allergic. And my aid stations we will not have ibuprofen or Tylenol or anything like that. If you want to bring that on your own, that's fine, but we will not provide that to you. I don't want to be responsible if something bad happens because of that. So bring your own medicine, and if you want any salt tabs or anything like that, bring your own as far as that goes too. I've been out there quite a bit and have not came across many snakes this year. They are out there, but if you give them space, they're not going to bother you. Other than that, I think that is all the important things that I have on my list. So email me if you have any questions. You can also text me. My phone number and email are in the runner handbook that also went out. Like I said, I'm heading down on Thursday and Cell Signal's spotty out there. So if you have any questions or need to make changes or anything, please let me know before Thursday. I will do my best to answer after Thursday, but I cannot promise that I will get to it. I'm not kidding. There's spots out there that there's 0 cell signal, 0 bars. A lot of the places out there. So I know my radio crew or my communications team was working on Wi-Fi out there, like course-wide Wi-Fi, so we can communicate a little better. They were trying to work on that up until at least this week for sure. So I don't know if we will have that or not, but they are working on it, and it's all volunteers. So if they get it, great. If they don't, also great. That's fine. So I think that's it. If you know you're not coming, please let me know. We are full, and I've had a lot of questions about race day registration. And as of right now, no, you cannot register race day. We're full. I've planned for 175, and we're actually over that by a couple people right now. So if you're not coming, let me know. I can defer you to next year. That's not something that we usually do, but I can defer you to next year. No refunds at this point. So I think that's everything. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Have a good week, and I will see you on Friday. Thank you.